As the sun rises over Lake Marburg at Codorus State Park, disc golfers from the north and the south get ready to engage in a battle to remember the Battle of Gettysburg, a revered land where brother fought against brother. This is the third year of this fall classic. The North won the first battle and the South won it all last year. To see who will split the series this year, stay tuned as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're in Hanover, Pennsylvania for the third annual North versus South Disc Golf Tournament at Codorus State Park. And it's a beautiful park, and it looks like we have a great event, a Civil War themed event, just north of the Mason-Dixon line. Welcome everybody. I'm Carl Cubbage, and I'm joined by my co-host, world-class disc golfer Matt LaCourte. Matt, we've got quite an event set up today here at Codorus.
Yes, we do, Cubby. It's quite a unique setting that we have here in this beautiful park, Codorus State Park. There's 54 different golf holes out here. We have some uphill, we got some downhill, overlooking water. You got some tight wood shot. You got a little left, a little right. You got pretty much everything that you want to see in a disc golf complex right here in one spot, along with a 9-hole or an 18-hole mini disc golf course also located here at Codorus.
And Matt, besides this being a singles event, we've actually got a team theme going on here, the North versus the South.
Yes, we do. And it's the players north of the Mason-Dixon line taking on players south of the Mason-Dixon line for bragging rights pretty much, even though when you see the Civil War enactment with the muskets there, it's kind of gets you going there. But there's a team challenge as well as an individual challenge that is going on here today.
Well, Matt, you know, we're in the North, but I did a little Civil War reenacting, and my family was on the Confederate side, so I'm kind of split between who to pick today.
Well, Cubby, I'm definitely a blue Yankee, so there we go.
All right, Matt. Besides the wind, it's a little bit windy today, and there's a lot of elevation, so the wind could really play a factor here with the elevation change.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of late in the year. It's, you know, it's a little cooler. Discs aren't flying as far as you normally would in warmer weather. So you're not going to have that distance. You got a little bit more clothing on, so it's a little bit more uncomfortable. So there's a lot of factors, but it's a fun, casual event, and, you know, there'll be a lot of good-spirited ribbing going on as the shots bounce either off the trees or into the basket.
All right, Matt, well, let's go down and check out some of the tournament history for this event. This year marks the third year of a battle for supremacy between the North disc golfers versus the South. The line between the two teams is drawn depending on whether you are north or south of the Mason-Dixon line. In spite of the theme of this event, we found that players considered this to be a relaxed event.
It's just good, you know, it's, just a nice relaxed round. North versus South, it's a pretty friendly event. You know, it's just a good time.
The North-South event was something we wanted to do at the end of the year, just non-PDGA, nice and fun and relaxed, and give everybody a chance to play 54 holes at Codorus. And because of the daylight going fast, we decided to just do it everything from the AMTs.
Jay Gobrek shares with us the significance of this event having a Civil War theme.
The theme was we're so close to the Mason-Dixon line here, and the people from Maryland courses and our course play back and forth with each other at tournaments, and it was just a really easy thing to do to get people to come across the border and turn it into a little Civil War type battle, and it works out nice as it's the third year that we've had it.
The flags coming in and the whole patriotic theme coming in was pretty nice. First time I've been to this one.
We asked players what makes Codorus a special course for disc golf.
The variety of holes here is what makes Codorus special, and the fact that any hole you play here, you'll end up seeing at other courses. So that's what makes Codorus special.
This tournament is part of a final series of events in a Southern PA Disc Golf Series. Jay Gobrek explains the concept behind this event.
The Southern Pennsylvania Series was something we did to try to get participation in all the courses that have PDGA events in this area. Harrisburg, up at Pinchot, Boulder Woods, Whispering Falls, Creekside, and then 2 tournaments here at Codorus, just to try to get participation, people going, and having something to shoot for through the whole year rather than just one tournament.
This tournament is being run as a singles event, which doubles as a team event, as players from the North and South earn points for their team based on how they finish. The scoring for this event is similar to cross-country tournament scoring, where players earn points for the team based on where they finish. This event has only 13 players for the South and many more players for the North. Therefore, points for scoring will be awarded to the top 13 players from the North and the South. Here's an example to illustrate the scoring method used for this event. If a player finishes first, he's awarded 1 point. If a player finishes second, he's awarded 2 points. This continues down to the player finishing 26th place between the two teams. He gets 26 points. So where a player finishes in position from first to 26th place also corresponds to the points the team earns. The team with the least amount of points wins the tournament. Good luck to everyone playing in the 3rd annual North versus South tournament at Codorus. And now, it's time to broaden your knowledge of the sport of disc golf, as Thomas Transtrom shares with us some tips for volunteer spotting at the 2008 Seneca Soiree.
Hi, I'm Tom Transtrom. I'm down here with Sean Robinson, and we're spotting the 2008 Seneca Soiree. Show you a few tips on how we get the players to keep moving down the line here. When the drive is thrown, we have our flags, and if the disc goes on the outside of this yellow rope, we go over here. We need to mark the lie. We'll let them know if it's out of bounds or if we've got a safe. At that point, we'll go retrieve the disc once they've all thrown, so they get to their lie, have their disc, and they can move along. Try to keep things rolling here because we don't want people sitting on the tee.
Well, Matt, that was a good segment about the history of this tournament here at Codorus.
Yeah, absolutely. I learned a lot about how this thing actually started and how far it's already come.
And Matt, this round we're going to cover, we normally cover the top line divisions when we go to the final 9, but in this round we're actually going to bounce around and cover all kinds of skill levels during this final round.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be seeing all 27 holes that they're going to be playing on the red/cross-country course. We're going to have some beautiful views, and we're definitely going to have the full demographic of who plays disc golf.
It should be good for the audience at home to see the full spectrum of top-line pros to folks that have not been playing that long.
Yeah, absolutely. And what they can see out here is that, even though these people aren't the most skilled, they're out here having fun anyway in a more organized effort. And those at home, that's something for you to consider. If you're hesitant, just take a look at some of these people are throwing. Just come on out. You'll have a good time.
And, Matt, we have a real thrill. There's a real young player in this field that's really going to turn some heads when they get to see him throwing the disc.
Yeah, absolutely. And this young player will put on quite a show when he comes up here. Absolutely.
All right, Matt, well, we're going to head to break, but when we come back, we're going to cover the final 27 holes here at the 3rd annual North versus South Disc Golf Tournament.
Hi, I'm Brian Schwarberger, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.